Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, another bass guitar video today. Go figure, bass guitar, huh? But today, what I want to talk about is not bass guitars, but a couple of preamps. These are meant to be used on your board rather than in a rack. And the two preamps that I was checking out on a gig the other day and comparing, which I hooked up this little Leo switcher, which I'll use today, to see like which one I liked better, or how they felt. Well, it's tough to figure out. The two preamps, I've got this Arkham Oracle, which is kind of loosely based on like I think like the B15 circuit or the Ampeg B15 rather than the SVT. Really cool James tone stack. It's got a lot of flexibility, which I'll look at in a minute. This is the version that's a 9-volt version, like it's like 1500 milliamp minimum, so it has this really big freaking wall wart that comes with it to power, where you have to like use some pretty serious power conditioning to like or power supply to actually get it for that. But really cool tone out of this sucker. The second one is this Caveman BP1, which is just a couple knobs, just gain and level. So there's really no tone control in this thing, and that's more of like a Neve knockoff, I guess. Kind of based on the Neve circuit, and really cool as well. So just kind of want to go through a couple of these things and see what they sound like, and also what they sound like together, which is not something I was originally going to do. But I thought about it. I'm thinking, well, gosh, a lot of times recordings are done. People use like an Ampeg amp or whatnot, but they'll go through a Neve console. And so, interestingly enough, if you're judicious with how much gain you give this thing, it sounds pretty darn good. But anyhow, that's enough talk. Let's hear the Oracle first. And I have this thing set up flat, nominally. So let's find out what this thing sounds like. Okay, well that's the Oracle, flat. Now here's the Caveman. Well, you can tell right away the Caveman's got like this meat that the other one doesn't have when it's set flat. It's got this really thick tone. Some people I've watched some videos on this, and people are talking about like kind of a bump in the low mids. Some people said they didn't like that. I think it actually sounds really freaking cool. It is something though, like I've noticed on the gig, it can get a little boomy. Not in a bad way, but you just kind of have to watch, where you've got this thing, or you might need to make some other adjustments elsewhere. But really cool sound. But this thing has like one tone, and it's really cool. It gets a little bit different when you engage the gain circuit more and more, but pretty much that's it. But let's check out the Oracle now and mess around with the tone, because you can get this thing sounding pretty darn meaty. So it's not a slouch in that department at all. Okay, well that was a lot of noodling around, but the point is that you can do a lot of neat stuff with this Oracle preamp, and there's a lot more tonal control than there is in the Caveman. So you can get some pretty modern sounds. You can get some other stuff that's maybe not quite so modern, or some fatter sounds. So there's got a lot of tones lurking under the hood. What I want to try to do now is get these things together, because that's actually a really kind of interesting sound. I just want to make sure that I'm kind of at unity gain here, more or less. Forgive me a little bit. So let's. Don't want to overdrive the. All right, so let's check these things out together. Pretty cool. Just the Oracle here. Okay, so that's just the Oracle. Now let's add the Caveman on it. Yeah, so that's just like a really brief look at what these things sound like. I really kind of like them together, to be quite honest with you. But I wouldn't hesitate to use either of these on a gig. In fact, I have. I've used the Caveman on quite a few gigs, actually. And the Oracle is something I just got a chance to use a little while ago. And, I was checking out, like, during different songs, because it was all pretty much the same genre. Using the Oracle, messing around with the tone control on that, switching over to the Caveman for the next song, putting them both together. And trying to get some kind of unity gain with that, and pretty cool stuff. So they're both really kind of neat preamps. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of the sonic characteristics of these. I think for a little while I was actually just using the room mic when I first was trying to put them both together, or just giving the Oracle. But I think you got the basic idea. We'll see how the video comes out.